All right, hello and welcome. Today I'm going to go over the 4 essential elements that you're going to need in order to build some consistency in your life around nutrition and fitness. Because let's face it, these are the two things that most guys, especially if you're over the age of 40, we haven't found consistency in, right? If you're the guy that's looking in the mirror going, what happened here? Where did this extra body fat come from? Why is my belly hanging out over my belt more so than I needed to, right? What's going on here? What happened? Like the body fat's accumulated, your energy levels are down, you're not feeling as good as you should, right? You don't feel, and I use the word athletic because I have the Athletic After 40 program, right? But you don't feel athletic. And what do I mean by athletic? What does it mean to be athletic? It doesn't mean that you have to be in a sport. It doesn't mean you have to be an athlete at a specific sport. It means if you're on this planet, you want to look your best, you want to feel your best, and you want to perform your best in life. You want to play with your kids. You want to go out and enjoy life. You want to be active in life. You want to travel the world. You want to go on adventures with your family. You want to go on adventures with your friends. You want to squeeze life's lemon just a little bit more. You want to have the opportunity to be able to do anything that you want in your life, no matter how old you are. And these are the things that tend to go away as we get older, right? And that's sad. We don't want to let ourselves decline. And look, maybe you've hit some goals before in the past. Maybe you've dropped 25 pounds in the past. Maybe you were looking great, but what happened? It came back because you're inconsistent, right? This is the number one struggle I see so many guys face is the inconsistencies. Even if you've had success before, right? You found success, but then what happened? A year later, you're in a worse place than you were. Right? So let's frame this out. Let's walk through this and let me give you the tools and the thoughts that you're going to need in order to find success long term. And how do I know this stuff? It's because I've been doing this for 21 years. This is what I think about. These are the frameworks that I design. These are the thoughts that I come up with that I can deliver to you so that you can find success. Okay? All right, so check this out. I'm going to draw 4 circles here. And each of these circles needs to build off of one another, all right? So think the red is kind of the foundation. We want to make sure that we start with the inner circle before we move to some of these outer circles, okay? Think of it as I don't know why that one didn't snap into a line, so I'm going to redraw it here. And I find that a lot of times we tend to start on some of the periphery as opposed to the middle, okay? So let's start there. So the very first thing that you need to do to build consistency in your life so that you can live an Athletic After 40 lifestyle. Yes, I'm going to call it a lifestyle because, again, it's where you look, feel, and perform your absolute best. You can squeeze life's lemon just a little bit more. In order for you to do that, in order for you to consistently maintain that athletic body, is first you need to set your intention. Let me give you an example because this is important. This is different than a goal. A goal is I want to lose 25 pounds. Okay, that's a goal. You may think of that as an intention, but I want to frame this for you differently. Okay, that's a goal. There are goals within your intention. Here's my intention. My intention is to live as the healthiest, happiest person I can possibly be. Let me write that again. Let me write that down. Live to be, not live to be the healthiest, happiest person I can possibly be. Okay? It needs to be open-ended. What does that mean, right? What does that mean? I have some very specific visions in my mind. It means that when my son asks me to do something physical, I can always say yes, no matter how old I am, right? These are how I frame this in my mind. And this is some of the thought work that you need to do to come up with your intention. All right. It means that when my wife wants to be intimate, I'm all in, right? Of course, right? I'm all in, and I'm confident enough to be able to take my clothes off in the light. Okay. It means that when we want to travel, we can go somewhere and we can explore. I love exploring. I can explore. I can walk for hours. I never get tired. I can enjoy it. If I go skiing, I can ski the day. I can ski the next day. I can ski the next day. If it means that I want to go take surfing lessons, I can go take surfing lessons, right? Like, these are the things in my head that I want to be able to achieve. This is how I get to my happiest, healthiest life, right? And how can I do that? You know, what do I do to get there, right? My path is nutrition, fitness, and sleep, right? It's the things that we talk about and we work with our clients in the Athletic After 40 program, right? But first thing I need to do is I need to set that intention and make it open-ended, because this never stops, right? There's no end, right? I have to keep going with this. It's been my North Star, right? Think of your intention as your North Star. When you have a really good intention, you want to use that as your guiding light, right? As your North Star. So that when I go to a birthday party and I see cake, I'm not going to eat all the cake. I may say no to cake. It makes it much easier for me to make the right decisions when my intention is set. Okay? And I set that intention back when I was going through cancer, because I'm a cancer survivor, and I took 3 years for me to overcome that obstacle in my life. And it wasn't until the first year in that I set this intention of being the healthiest, happiest person that I can possibly be. It wasn't to just be cancer-free. It was to be the healthiest, happiest person I could possibly be. And the subheading was cure my cancer, get out of this position, right? But my intention was much bigger. So that every decision that I made during my 2 years of recovery, if you will, it took me 3 years, but only 2 years did I set my intention and did I start taking action, right? That's when everything started to come together. And it continues for me to this day. So you have to start here. And if you're, do this thought experiment. If you're doing this thought experiment and you're having a hard time coming up with something, go ahead and borrow mine, because mine has served me so freaking well for so long. It's been about 16 years since I got the all clear from the docs on my cancer. And look, I'm with you today to tell you that I still live very healthy, very happy. I'm in a great place, and I'm 45 years old. And you can be there too, but you need to start with this intention. You need to set this North Star, and you need to clearly start thinking about what that means for you. Visualize it with clarity every single day. Some people like affirmations. I'm going to be the healthiest, happiest person I can possibly be. You can say that to yourself 1,000 times a day. Visualize it. After a while, it just became my normal. It became my identity. Okay, set your intention. Borrow mine if you need it. Add to mine. Okay, set your intention. Set your North Star so that it makes it so much easier for you to I'm going to leave that up there. It makes it so much easier to start making the right decisions in your life. It no longer becomes a struggle. It just is, because it's me. Okay? All right, hopefully that makes sense. So set your intention. That's number one. Number two is you have to set your perspective right. Get your perspective right. And this kind of goes hand in hand. But when we're talking about the fitness and nutrition space, right, where most guys tend to be very inconsistent, one of the reasons is what I believe is an industry that focuses, I don't know if that's how you do focuses on short game, right? It's like, okay, guys out there, they have a problem. They got 30 pounds that they want to lose. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come up with a solution that's going to get you down 30 pounds. Because if you come at me with, I need to lose 30 pounds, and that's what people are typing into Google, right? Believe me, a million businesses are going to raise their hand and say, I can help you with that. But what happens? What happens? Right? We're sort of lured into this. We're going into this model of short game perspective. Even if you hit the goal, and I said this before, even if you hit the goal, what happens then? If your intention, your vision isn't bigger, if your North Star is not guiding you, and you just get to that goal, there's a chance you're going to completely stop and you're going to be in a worse position a year later, right? You might be nodding your head going, yeah, that's totally me, right? So hopefully that makes sense. We have to change our perspective so that it's no longer just wrapped around short game stuff. It can't be. It has to be different. Why doesn't that erase? It's weird. So what do we need to do, right? We need to start getting a different perspective of long game, right? It's no longer a short game thing. Now it becomes, wow, I don't know, I'm distracted because I hear my son talking in the background. Let me do this again. Long game. All right, so hopefully that makes sense, right? We need to start looking more longer term. It's no longer about losing the weight. If you want that to be a milestone that you hit, totally get it. But look, it's just a milestone. It doesn't end, right? That's not the end. And the problem is, again, going back to the industry, when you jump into those programs, there's usually not a lot of sustainability built in those things. It's like, we're going to cut your calories in half. We're going to starve you for 90 days. We're going to get you to count your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats. You're going to do all this stuff and you're going to go all in, and it's going to be very complicated. You're going to be running, 30 minutes a day in your neighborhood. You're going to do all that stuff and you're going to throw all that on you, and you're going to be out there and you're going to do all the work. And then you're going to be like, boom, like, I'm done. Like, I made it. I don't want to do any of this anymore. It's too complicated. I don't want to, this is not the life that I want to live. Right. All right. So what do we need to do, right? We've set this new intention. I want to be the healthiest, happiest person I could possibly be in my life. I've got long game perspective. I understand that this is a journey and not just one little speck of dust in the time sphere, right? Now I've got this long games perspective. Now what's my next step? The next step is you need to find something that's simple. You need to find some simplicity. Right? And there's even an even better word for this. We need an elegant solution. And an elegant solution, elegant, I love elegant. It's such a beautiful word, right? We need an elegant solution. What does that mean? It means it needs to be simple, but not too simple. It needs to be simple enough where you can plug it into your life for the long game, but it still needs to be effective. Because if it's too simple, if I just said, well, you just need to drink a glass of water every day and then just go about your life normally, that's probably not going to work, right? That would be too simple. So it needs to be simple, but it really needs to be elegant. An elegant solution is a simple solution to a complex problem, right? That doesn't give up on effectiveness. It's simple, yet still super, super effective. Okay, so that's what you need to start chasing. Once your intention is good, your perspective is good, what is the simplest thing? What is the lowest common denominator of habits that I can put in my life to be able to live this athletic after 40 lifestyle? What is that? Right? And that should get your wheels turning a little bit. We need the most bang for your buck in the shortest amount of time to be able to do this forever. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So now that you've got that framed in your mind, what is the last thing that you need to bring into your life to be consistent, to build the body of your dreams, and to be able to hold on to it, to live this athletic after 40 lifestyle, right? Again, imagine hanging with your kids, having energy, traveling the world, doing the things that you love to do, going out and playing golf, playing tennis, doing whatever it is that you love to do, and being able to do it really, really well. Okay. What is the last thing? The last thing that you need is support, right? You need someone to help you to figure this out, specifically this area right here, to figure out the simplest solution and how to build that into your life, how to actually create those habits, right? You need support. And who is going to provide you with that support? Like, where do you even begin to look? Do you go on Google and do you type in, how do I lose 25 pounds? Think about that, right? Because now if your intention is different, that no longer becomes the right solution, right? We need to start thinking about this a little bit differently. We need to find someone who has a longer perspective, right? Who has a big game perspective. Someone who has a similar intention. And hopefully someone that's developed a program that's simple, right? These are the questions you're asking. Does this program, does this offer, does this solution, does it come from a place of good intention? Does it align with my intention? Is it long game or is it short game? Because I'm done playing short game, right? And is it simple enough for me to be able to plug into my life for the long term, right? You have to start finding that person. And then you need to get on board with them. You need to allow them to come into your life and to be able to walk with you down this journey. Okay? And look, I've been self-promotion here, warning, I'm gonna promote myself. I've been in this industry for 21 years. I've been gifted with long game perspective, partly because of my cancer back when in my early 30s. You can't find someone in the industry. It's very hard to find somebody in the industry that's been in the industry as long as I have, doing exactly what I do, coaching people, transforming lives, as long as I have. It's very, very hard to find, okay? And being in this industry, I know what's happening. I know a lot of the big players in the industry, and most of them are short game, and most of them, this is a very young industry. You're going to find a lot of young folks in here who have a lot of, I'm not saying they're not motivated, they're not passionate, they're not there to help, but they don't have the wisdom and experience to really do the thought experiments and to be able to come up with the solutions that provide this. This only comes from wisdom of being in the trenches. So when you're looking for the right support, make sure that you're finding, it's not like the kid at the gym. Even though they've got abs, that's not going to help you. It's got to be bigger than that. We need different perspectives. Okay? So there it is. There's the 4 things that you need. And again, each one has to build upon itself. You have to start with the red first, then move to the blue, and then move to the black. Then find the support. Okay? And if you want to know about my simple solutions, like I'd be happy to explain them to you. And you might even know them already if you've been following me for some time. You can find me on YouTube. You can see a lot of my videos that I do on there. There's also some videos in here, and I'd be happy to share those with you. So if you have questions on any of this, please make sure you comment below. If you'd like to work with me a little bit closer and learn exactly what it is that we do in the Athletic After 40 program, just send me a direct message and say I'm in. And I'll tell you exactly how we can connect and how we can talk about the solution that might work best for you. I can't say it will work best for you because I don't know you, right? So you'll have to reach out. Just let me know. Like I said, just go ahead and direct message me or instant message me or however that works. And I'd be happy to help you the best I possibly can to get this plugged into your life so that you can be athletic, right? All right. Hope you have a great day. Hope this served you well. Do me one more favor. Just post in the comments, what did you find most valuable from this training? Right? Because what you find most valuable would be good for other people to hear as well. Okay, so what did you find most valuable? Go ahead and plug that into the comments. And look, hope you have a great day. And hopefully we get a chance to connect. All right.